Hi guys, welcome back to QuantumDisney. I'm so excited to be making this video today because it is Wednesday, May 27th, which of course means that all of the Disney stores are reopening at Disney Springs. Last week when we went to Disney Springs, we were able to visit the third-party restaurants and select retail stores. But today, that's all changing as Disney is officially reopening their establishments at Disney Springs. It is going to be the middle of the day when we go. I hope that there are spaces left that we are able to get in. I have heard that for World of Disney, they have a virtual queue set up. I have to stop in at Uniqlo to return an item that I bought last week. So I'll be interested to see what their returns policy is right now in the middle of all this. I hope that the rain holds off because it has been raining on and off this morning, and the weather does say that it is supposed to be raining all day. It's not right now. We've got a nice little break, so I'm gonna head down there and we'll be able to have a good time. One of the first things I noticed was that the cars were parked directly next to each other, and this is despite Disney saying that they were only going to park every other space. When we were walking around the shops, we then saw something that I've never seen before at Disney Springs. They had these first order stormtroopers out talking to the crowd. I was kind of surprised because Disney have said that they are going to be eliminating any live shows and anything that's going to be causing a crowd, and of course some people did stop to watch, but the stormtroopers did a great job and kept everyone moving. Compared to the previous week when Disney Springs first reopened, there was definitely an increased crowd level. To get into the co-op marketplace, we had to go up and give the Disney Springs cast member our phone number, and then they texted us to let us know when we would be allowed into the store. They originally told us that it would be a 4-hour wait when we got there, but it ended up only being around 2 hours. Due to the limited capacity, the inside of the store was fairly empty. It was a lot less busy than it normally is. We headed over to the west side, but it seemed that this side was completely closed. Walking around after the rain subsided, it seemed that a lot of people had perhaps left. It was a lot more empty than before. Next we went into Arribas Brothers and they had the glass blower there, which I was a little surprised with again, although I love watching the glass blower. It didn't really seem to be that much of a problem though, perhaps because of the reduced capacity in the shops. They figured that there wouldn't be so much of an issue with distancing. Then I finally got my hands on some Dole Whip after months, and it was so delicious. When it was time for us to head over to World of Disney, the process was the same as the co-op marketplace. Again, we had to queue up and give the cast member at the front of the line our phone number, and they would then text us with a message letting us know when it was our time to go in. When we went to World of Disney, they originally told us that our wait would be 8 hours, but we only ended up waiting a few hours again for this. They had a whole new section dedicated to the ink and paint collection, and it was amazing. I did notice that there was a lot of new merch in the World of Disney store, and especially a lot of new Loungefly bags, which I've never seen before. When time for buying your purchases, the procedure for checking out is the same throughout most of the stores. They have these markings for you to stand behind to allow for distancing, and then at the end of this row you had to wait to be called to the cast member who would check you out. So I just got home from yet another amazing trip down to Disney Springs. Although the weather was a little touch and go, we had an amazing time. It was storming a little bit throughout the day, but we still managed to run in and out of the shops with our umbrellas. Overall, I was a little surprised with the amount of Disney shops that weren't open, and also with the amount of third-party shops that still weren't open. Of course, the main Disney shop that everyone has been wondering about is World of Disney. To get into World of Disney, we had to join a virtual queue, and we did this at 2 o'clock. They told us that we would not be getting in for another 6 hours, but we got in at 4 o'clock. So although they told us that the wait was 6 hours, we in fact did not wait that long. Next, we went into the Disney Marketplace, and for this, they told us that the wait would be around 4 hours, but again, it was only around 2 hours. So overall, the times that they told us that we were going to be waiting to get into these shops was overestimated. When we got into the shops, they were fairly empty. It was really nice to be able to move around and to have the social distancing in place. I definitely think that Disney has done a great job with keeping the crowd level down inside the shops. Also, outside of the shops, there weren't too many people either. There was space for everyone to move around freely and to keep in place the social distancing again. When I was returning my item to Uniqlo, their policy on returning items had not changed. I was thinking that perhaps it would be a different policy because taking things home and then bringing them back to exchange them, the shop may be a bit more cautious with that due to germs and things. But the process was the same as ever. I just took my item into the shop and I exchanged it for a different item without any problem. I'm super excited to see what Disney Springs does in the future. I hope everything is able to keep progressing and that everyone is able to stay safe. The parks have just announced their reopening, so I'm excited to get back and to see what they're going to be doing then. And in the meantime, we're just going to make the most of this. So overall, we had an amazing time and we're definitely going to be back at Disney Springs real soon. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching Quantum Disney.